Hello everyone, welcome to Longarming by Jaclyn. I am here, we just finished this quilt and I'm here with the final thread count. I had pulled all the threads and I had to go block by block deciding which threads went in which areas and whatever. So final thread count is 11 threads. I don't know if you can see this block right here has that glitter thread, and in person it's so beautiful. Glitter metallic thread, it's glisten. Really beautiful in person. Hard to get a photo of it that reads. I'll try to do a close-up. So here are the threads that actually made it into the quilt. A lot of super white because there's a lot of white background. But you've got to pull, like I have a lot of various blues. Oh, I'm missing one. There's one on the machine still. Cerulean blue. So there you go. Ooh. So that begs the question, when you are taking your quilt to the Longarmer, this is a question for the viewers, are you looking for the budget version? Or are you looking for the full experience? Because there's a lot of add-ons and there's a lot of extra things that your Longarmer can do for you. And if you're wanting those things and you're wondering why you're getting a more basic job, that Longarmer probably thinks they're doing you a favor in keeping to your budget and not doing a lot of add-ons for you. Or if you're taking the long arm and you're getting an estimate, taking your quilt to the Longarmer and you're getting an estimate, and then I guess the point is you have to be really clear with your Longarmer whether getting the full experience is the most important thing to you or sticking to a set budget. Are you trying to get it finished and that's the primary thing, is keeping to the budget, or do you want the bells and whistles? And what are some of the bells and whistles that you could have? So one of my clients came in earlier this year and she had given me plenty of fabric and I was able to add a flange binding. She had 2 baby quilts that I was doing on the same backing together, and that avoids paying for the table minimum because together they exceeded the table minimum, so she didn't get any upcharge for that. So I do have ways within a certain range that I can make things cheaper, or I can make things more of the full experience. And the question is, what are you expecting when you go to your Longarmer? Are you expecting the full zhuzh and hit it with everything they've got, or are you expecting the budget? And what's the best way for you guys to kind of clarify what you're getting, especially when you're getting fully custom quilting? It's kind of a trust me experience because I'm not picking a number 7 off the wall and then you're getting a number 7 all over. So I don't even really know what you're getting until it's on there. But I do have ways. Do you want one thread color all over and it's not going to be as good in each fabric, but it's less expensive? Do you want me to change threads a lot? And sometimes I prefer to make those choices because I know how to do it beautifully and efficiently. But there's always a range where I can be like, should I do this extra thing or not? And I always wonder, I feel like a lot of Longarmers who do custom want to know, like, how much do you want? And I don't think you want to pressure people with the upsell, but also you don't want to hold back really cool options that you could offer people that they may want. So do you want a flange binding? Do you want a specialty shaped edge with maybe a scallop? Do you want your binding turned on the bias so that your stripes are like a candy cane barber pole stripe instead of a straight stripe? So there's some fancy zhuzh. Do you know what the fancy zhuzh options are for your quilt? That's something that we could talk about here on the channel if you're interested in knowing, like, what are the upgrades that you could ask your Longarmer for, which could be me. I do long arm by mail for everyone everywhere. If you're international, it might not be cost effective for me too, but it's not that I'm not willing. It's that the cost of shipping back and forth may drown out the value of getting it long armed. Anyways, I'm gonna edit this out because I have lost my train of thought completely. So I was talking about whatever, and I started looking at the quilting that I did on this quilt, and it looks really good, and I became distracted, so I forgot what I was saying. But anyways, when it comes to things like add-ons, fancy edges and bindings, more thread colors, anything in the quilting job that's going to, different amounts of batting. So some people want a sort of thin, crisp, antique style quilt, which is going to have, for me, that's one layer of 80/20, or you can have it double batted. That's something you can add. Do you know what the upgrades are? Are you comfortable talking to your longarmer about what you want? Or just a general statement. Hey, the most important thing to me is sticking to this budget because I've budgeted for this and that's what I've got. So can you make it work for this price? That's one level. And that person knows then every choice they're making is about getting the most they can get for you within that set budget. Or what do you got? Show me all the bells and whistles. I want the fanciest, or run it by me. Maybe that's something. Are you comfortable asking your longarmer what the options are? So yeah. All right, and then I'm gonna go and see if I can creep along this quilt and get some of the quilting. I have my side light set up. Walking. Whoop. There used to be this video about dog training, and my friend Jen loved it, and she would always say walkies, and I rode horses at the time, so every time we talked about my horse she would go walkies. I had a love-hate relationship with it. It was so annoying, but I loved it. There's thread on here. Poinsettia, snowflake. Let me get this. I got thread everywhere. Let me see if I can get this light more side light. Oh yeah, now we're seeing. Now we're cooking with gas. Holly. So, for the record, I do 100% hand-guided quilting. You will notice there's no servos and computer on here. This is just the display where you select the stitch regulator. So this just turns it on, basically. But this is all freehand, by the way. There has been some discussion. I don't even have the robotics. So nothing is robotic. That's just my handwriting, basically. That was a really cool one I wanted to show. Oh, okay. Wait, he's on the edge. There's a snowman. There's his top hat. Here's his scarf. Kind of an abstract snowman. I just clipped a bunch of threads. So yeah, there's thread everywhere in this. Okey-doke. I think this came out super cute. I'm very pleased with it. So I filmed this whole outro and then I realized I was not filming. But anyways, thank you very much for coming to the channel. Thank you for watching Longarming. Thank you very much for coming to the channel. Thank you for watching Longarming by Jaclyn. And you'll have to let me know, what is your relationship like with your longarmer? Do you feel comfortable asking for, hey, for this one, I need to stick to this budget. If you can just give me the best we can do for this set price point. Or do you want to hear all the options? Do you want to be offered all the upgrades? Is it like a really special quilt and you're like, what can we throw at this to just really take it to the next level? Do you know what the options are? Do you need to see a written menu? Would a video on the channel help? Are you comfortable asking, like, what else could we do for this one? So you'll have to let me know. I'm really curious to know how you feel about it, what your relationship is like with your longarmer. If there's something that would help you out, you have to let me know in the comments below. Other than that, thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.